Come on. Yeah. Hey, yo, it's my life, my time, my rights, my rhymes, my grind, my struggle, hustle, sweat in my blood too. A predator smells fear, I smell a lot. My competitors flex here, cause they smelled I was hot. I want it all, excess, the sex, and much success. Stress us, I want it all, no less. So come on.
What up? It's your boy T-Ray on the reaction. Today is Wrestling Wednesday. About to react to this video. What's this? Wrestling Gifs? Anyway, about to react to this video from WrestlinGifs. Caught this from the homie Kicking It Raw. Shout out to him as always. He always put out some fun, awesome wrestling videos or anything. Now, usually, this is one of these talk about informational videos, but this is about one of the greatest eras next to the Attitude Era. This was like second to the Attitude Era. Some may say it may have been better than the Attitude Era. This is the official Ruthless. Hold on, let me say it right. The Ruthless Aggression Era. So this is what made the Ruthless Aggression Era so awesome. The Ruthless Aggression Era would birth many guys such as the OVW Big Four, John Cena, Dave Bautista, Randy Orton, and Brock Lesnar, as well as main stars from the Attitude Era who wasn't getting as much shine as the big star, becoming big stars like Edge, Triple H becoming a bigger star. There's also the revival of Shawn Michaels and many other new stars as well too. So, without further ado, let's check out what made the Ruthless Aggression Era so awesome. Let's get it.
The Ruthless Aggression Era. What a time it was to be alive.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is the era.
I meant to say Jeff Hardy too. I'm trying to figure out other people that came from the Attitude Era that became big star for this. Jeff Hardy, Big Show as well too.
That I grew up on. This was the era that made me into the wrestling fan I am today. And for me and for people my age, this was our peak wrestling fandom. This was our Attitude Era. This was our golden age. If you were born in the late 90s and early 2000s, this was a time when the WWE was simply your life. It was all you watched. It was all you talked about with your friends. For me, when I think of wrestling, this is the era I think about. This is the era that brought me the most joy and excitement as a kid. And it all makes sense because, like I said, I was a kid during this era. This was when I was the most obsessed with wrestling, and this will be a time period that always resonates with me the most. But it's funny how even growing up, I would always hear stuff from older cousins and older friends and read stuff online during this period about, I hate wrestling now, wrestling used to be better, I miss the Attitude Era, wrestling sucks, I miss this, I miss that, I miss Velvena's getting his penis chopped off, wrestling is dead. And I was like, what? Because for us, we were having the time of our lives. The Attitude Era was always on this pedestal as the end all and be all of wrestling. Like nothing else mattered after the Attitude Era. But nah, man, the Ruthless Aggression Era was just as special. And I'm so happy that now it's finally getting the credit it deserves.
Yeah, that's if you have not watched that series on network, please do, man. That was a good series though. They were supposed to do another season of this though. One of because they switched to Peacock, they wanna have to look through everything since Peacock kind of censoring down most of the WWE content and stuff. So yeah.
Because before this, if you were on the internet, even just like 4 years ago, it was just Attitude Era this, Attitude Era that. But finally it's changing and people are realizing that the Ruthless Aggression Era was awesome. Now, was it all sunshine and rainbows in this era? Hell no. I mean, yo, we had Katie Vick, HLA, Vince randomly
Hold on! Whoa! Go back! Was that for real?
Vick, HLA, Vince randomly saying
the N-word, but hold up. I'm trying to remember. Did I remember that? The lesbians. Did I remember that? That was short and quick.
The N-word, hide and rape, baby being kicked. You
hide and rape. Hide and rape. Oh, go back, please. Please land on the Michael Cole Kodak. Hide and rape. I can't stop but laugh at this every time. Hide and rape was giving Michael Cole the business.
getting raped, babies being kicked, Eugene was a character, and much more. I'm not saying this era was perfect by any means. I realize it. Trust me. I grew up watching Smackdown.
Kurt Angle as well was like in this shine.
Suzuki and Rene Dupree, and I swear, 75% of the Raws during this time opened with Triple H taking 20 minutes to say 5 sentences. Something. I am the gamer. Something. I'm the only diamond in this industry. Like, I get it, but I don't care. Because regardless, it was a time when, to me and many other people my age, wrestling was simply our lives. And the Ruthless Aggression era was awesome. I mean, look at the roster from 2002 to 2008. The WWE roster was just GOAT tier. The talent they had was just legendary. Vito, Heidenreich, Simon Dean, Trevor Murdoch.
No. Oh God, he just had to remind me of Vito wrestling in a dress. Oh God. It was funny. It was funny. And we had a wrestling pirate too. Let's about
Vito, Heidenreich, Simon Dean, Trevor Murdoch. Okay, hold up. Wrong list.
Wrong list.
What made the roster so elite is you had this mixture of WWE stars from the 90s and 2000 mixed in with the new faces of a generation.
Exactly.
Where do I even start? Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Batista, Randy Orton, Edge, RVD, Booker T, Rey Mysterio, Kane, Christian, Jeff Hardy, Ric Flair. I don't care if he was 57 years old. I'm happy.
Facts though, right? He had a revival too. He had no one had a revival. Not many talk about was Ric Flair.
Able to say I grew up watching Ric Flair. During this time, Foley would come back, Goldberg spent a year in the company, Hogan would come back and, did this. But looking back, I'm just so happy.
I always said that Hogan's era on the run on the Ruthless era is my Ruthless Aggression era is my favorite era next to is my favorite Hogan era. I like that better than the Golden Age era, almost as good as the NWO era too.
Able to watch wrestlers like Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle, Eddie and Undertaker wrestle weekly, wrestle on Raw.
This man's go up every era.
At the same time, I'm happy I saw John Cena slowly become the biggest star in the business. See the rise of a new generation. See Batista go from generic wrestler number 55 to Yakuza leader. What made the era so special to me was that everything still meant something. Championships meant something. Matches like Hell in a Cell and TLC meant something.
This past Hell in a Cell was just another throwaway pay-per-view, cause none of the feuds ended. We still got Bayley versus Bianca Belair. Who else? Who's Roman going? Oh no, Roman Edge. Shout out to Edge though, making that attention seeker of a champion the face of the chair. But yeah, Belly and what's his name is not over. I don't think Cesaro and Seth ain't over either. Like, it was like a waste. Like, some of these matches shouldn't. Who else is over? Rhea and of course Rhea and Charlotte ain't over. Charlotte get another title shot. If they give this girl the title, man, for real.
Used when needed, not because oh shit, it's December. Throw everybody in a TLC match for the pay-per-view. And also, I remember as a kid that every single year, WrestleMania was a banger. Every single year, from WrestleMania 19 till 24, Mania was a classic, guaranteed. And speaking of classics, matches, let's be honest, the wrestling itself was such a huge improvement over the Attitude Era. Every single year was filled with amazing matches. Just name me a random year from the era and I can easily name 10 must-watch matches off the top of my head. A Reddit user, Matthew Muir, 3 years ago made a list of the essential Ruthless Aggression Era matches, and there are so many must-watches. Angle versus Michaels, Orton versus
my God, look at that for real.
Brock, Batista and Triple H, my mom versus my dad. Wait, what?
You said my mom versus my dad, really?
Angle and Lesnar, and just so many more. And during this time, they had so many fun innovations. Elimination Chamber was introduced. And as a kid, I'm not gonna lie, Taboo Tuesday was the coolest thing ever. Even if the choices were pretty stupid sometimes, like, geez, I wonder who's gonna win this one, JR. But Money in the Bank changed the game. And how about the fact that they did ECW One Night Stand? We don't talk about the relaunch though. Even on Smackdown.
ECW, ECWWE, ECW Sci-Fi on Sci-Fi. I call it ECW on Sci-Fi or ECWE, not the original ECW. Damn. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but yeah, it was a shell of this former self.
Smackdown, you just tune in and all you see is a ring-breaking superplex. Eddie's win at No Way Out. Undertaker is back to being dead again. WrestleMania 20 is ending, and Batista choosing Raw and power bombing Triple H through the table. Edge cashing in and making me want to break my TV. It was just a fun time. Smackdown versus Raw at this point meant something.
Back when heels will piss you off. Now like they're doing too much, they carrying to the heels, so they're making the heels likable when they ain't supposed to be. Unless you like bad guys, but it's like folks who normally don't like the bad guys that like the good guys are liking heels now. So yeah, that's when back then heels was easy to hate. Now it's like they're not. You gotta get together with their alignment system for real.
And every show felt so different from the other. Eric Bischoff was a general manager of Raw, and I hated this man so much. You guys remember when the WWE intro would air, instead of the logo at the end, they showed Eric's face, and the crowd would just boo. The memories, man. The memories. Eric Bischoff was the perfect GM for Raw, and Teddy Long,
yes. Holla, holla.
We were also so blessed with the fact that we grew up with some elite commentary. Raw had good old JR and Jerry Lawler. Smackdown had Taz and Michael Cole when he was actually tolerable, and I love them. These were
the shade of Michael Cole, because people do not like Cole. I don't really have a problem with Cole. I sometimes still don't understand the issue people have with Cole, but damn the shade.
Lawler. Smackdown had Taz and Michael Cole when he was actually tolerable, and I loved them. These were the voices of my childhood. Monday nights with JR and King, Thursdays and Fridays with Taz and Cole, and they had so much chemistry together, and they worked so well, and they both fit their show so well. It didn't even feel like they were commentary teams. Honestly, it felt like they were your friends. There was like this low-key bond between the commentary team and the viewer. But an underrated aspect of the era was the music. The music is so important in wrestling, and this era captured it perfectly. It did everything so well.
From the theme songs to even the intros for the shows. Yes, my favorite SmackDown intro. I always play as beginning. Probably gonna play it for this. I might. I'm gonna do it anyway. It's gonna be the intro for this one was the SmackDown. I Want It All, and what was it? What's the joint called? What's the Raw? And the Raw's intro. I forgot the name of it though. But yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Dude, to the music. Dude, like the music. Across the nation, yup. Yeah.
Well, let's be honest. This was the peak of wrestlers' theme songs.
Oh my god. And the bomb ass special intros they had for them pay-per-views was awesome.
They were never the same after this, and they were cool before, but this, without a doubt, the Ruthless Aggression era had the best themes. I don't care. Edge with WrestlinGifs, Orton with Burning My Light, Cena's Word Life, Time Is Now, Rey Mysterio 619 and Boudica, Batista had I Walk Alone, Kane Slow Chemical, Christian Just Close Your Eyes, Mark Henry had 3-6 Mafia turn up on SmackDown that had Somebody's Gonna Get It as a theme, MVP's theme, Evolution. There are so many. It just goes on and on. But also during this time, the pay-per-view
even the low card had some banging ass music. For real. Let's talk about that. Even the people in the low card that was on like Velocity and Sunday Night, he had some bangers. Not to mention that,
oh my god, the nostalgia at this point. Yo, I can't function right now.
Let's not forget,
even the promo, like the hype up videos before a main event. GG, like the production at this time was just GOAT tier. The unique stages, the pyro, the entrances, the lighting, the camera angles, the music, and lastly, during this time period, what was so important were the video games. You guys know me for my love of WWE games, and this was the peak of WWE gaming for me. From Shut Your Mouth to SPR07, that was the peak of wrestling games. The season modes, GM mode, your fantasy. The games were a big part of this time period. The games made me appreciate the real product more, to be honest. This time period for us was just perfect. It was the perfect storm. The roster was stacked beyond comprehension.
Not gonna run. When they stopped the SVR, it was like the same. Well, I wouldn't say that because the having the Attitude Era one year they had the Attitude Era on it, that was nice though. But like when it was SVR, from like Shut Your Mouth and Hick of the Pain was top, as well as the SVRs was lovely. Yes.
There were countless matches and moments and storylines that we will never forget. Wrestling
They had some banging ass storylines on the
was
SVRs.
just fun.
And
But the biggest reason why it was fun for us, why this era was so awesome, is because we were kids. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that.
Kids for them, teenagers to early 20s. I'm showing my age, but fuck it, yeah. Teenager and a little bit of early 20s for me as well.
Time, and they might only see the negatives. They remember the boring parts, and they miss when they were kids watching the Attitude Era. But the cycle just continues because that's how we felt when we would watch the PG era. It's just this.
Yeah, I'm showing age right now. I was actually in my college years during that the Ruthless Aggression era. I was like I think I was like just graduated when they started the Ruthless Aggression era. I think I just graduated high school.
Cycle that just goes on and on. You're always going to have a soft spot for what you grew up on. There's kids out there who love the PG era from like 2009 until 2015 more than anything. And as crazy as it is to think, there are going to be kids who look back at like 2017 to 2020 as their childhood, and they're going to always have a soft spot for that wrestling. It's just how life goes. But at the end of the day, after just rambling about the Ruthless Aggression era and getting nostalgic, it just makes me so happy. I'm so happy I grew up during this time, and I'm happy that I built this channel talking about the Ruthless Aggression era, and you know, I'm bringing back these memories for you because we need a voice too, you know what I mean? Like I said, I grew up on the internet, all I heard was Attitude.
I don't know why it's taking long to pause, but give me a second. Go back real quick. Go back. If they got it. If they can catch that same era, we lost these two. And I know the situation with Chris Benoit, but still, we lost two legends right there.
Back these memories for you because we need a voice too. You know what I mean? Like I said, I grew up on the internet. All I heard was Attitude Era this, Attitude Era that. But hey, man, at the end of the day, the Attitude Era kids had fun, but so did we. And honestly, I wouldn't change it for anything. Sure, wrestling was bigger in the 80s and the Attitude Era. Sure, WCW was once upon a time popping, this and that, but I don't care. This was my childhood, and to me, it was perfect, and it will always hold a special place in my heart.
Yes. Oh, man. Yes. Facts right there. Everything, majority of he says was facts, for real. Majority of what he says is facts about the Ruthless Aggression era. Like I said, you could say it's the best, it's the second to the Attitude Era, or some may even say it's better than the Attitude Era. Some may say it's the same level as the Attitude Era, but yes. That era and Attitude Era is my two favorite eras right now. I like PG era and the current era. I mean, I'm not the ones that's like, ooh, it was bad or anything. The PG eras, I didn't mind too much. It still was enjoyable or anything. And but I would say them two are the best one. And next and behind that for me, because that's what I grew up in mostly, was the what was like my tail end. I was at the tail end of that because I'm returning into wrestling full time. That was the New Generation era, though. That was, you know, they had a hard time. It was enjoyable for me, but for those, you know, New Generation era was like the era right before the Attitude Era, when they had like Razor Ramon, Diesel, and Shawn Michaels. When Shawn Michaels was the shit, Owen Hart and all of them, Bret Hart. It was his last day of his being a good face and all that stuff. But yeah, other than that, this was a good video. Like I said, I usually don't sit through these type of videos or anything because I like to see like how like actual action and stuff like that. You know, you've seen action, but with talk over, but still, like stuff like this is very rare. I watch this left is like something I'm really interested in. This was one of them. So other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.